The term SUV is a much abused word in the automotive lexicon. And by the same yardstick, it's also the most loved category amongst consumers the world over. India is no different. We have had SUVs being sprung out of normal hatchbacks pumped up to look like them. We have got crossovers which are nothing but front wheel drive sedans with cladded like a SUV. But when you come to think about it, the body on ladder chassis type of car, which for years determined what an SUV stood for, has had a modern reincarnation. Say hello to Mahindra's TUV 300. It is a sub 4 meter SUV. It is front engine, rear wheel drive with the engine in the longitudinal position. It is also a car which really determines the next prong of modern day body on ladder chassis. It is very vital to think about a car like this which blurs the segments. You get into a point where whether you want to buy a sedan or a hatchback, I think the lines are blurred. I don't think that this bridges the gap between the company Scorpio and the XUV 500. I think it is the beginning of an all-new niche in this country. What stands out for this car is the basic visual solidity at first glance, which will win it many prizes. A lot of guys will find the no-nonsense tough exterior which goes with the Mahindra brand. And when you care to think about it, is it that honest performer? Let's go take a drive in it and find out whether this is value for what this T stands for, and that is tough. Yeah. Like the Mahindra tagline says, hard on the outside, easy on the inside. And yes, it's not just easy on the inside, but it's very pleasing, comfortable and contemporary as well. It all begins with the driving position for anyone who wants to be behind the wheel. The A-pillar, there's not that much of a blind spot. The good forward vision, you sit tall but not overtly tall. Plus you have that planted feel. A lot of good things. The steering wheel itself is a good butch but just about perfectly thick rim steering wheel which delights that driver in everything. The relationship also between the seat and the pedals and the ability to adjust the steering column for rake. Lot of great things. Here lever falls to hand very, very effortlessly. A lot of trendy things in the infotainment system. But at the end of it all, there are two things which determine any and every car which we test. One is how the driveline delivers the performance. And second, how good is the dynamic ability. So let's talk about the driveline first. The new 1.5 litre engine is not all that new because it already had its baptism by fire in the Quanto. However, the engine in the Quanto and the engine in the TUV 300 are two different animals altogether. This is powerful, very tractable, very smooth, ultra refined. It has got that friction busting stuff in the valve gear, in many other aspects of its drivetrain, and with the double mass flywheel to really cancel out the vibes of what inherently a 3-cylinder of this capacity should normally be vibrating at. So quite a lot of these issues have got the NVH out of the way. But then what about the tractability? Say hello to the dual stage turbochargers which are there, and they work seamlessly in sync with each other, whether it be to spool up quickly from low end or once it's in the power band from 1500 RPM when the torque really kicks in and it goes on to about 3200 RPM. A very flat torque curve, and it is a torque 230 Newton meters which really helps propel this baby. It's a tough call, but it's a call which this car engine answers. The 5-speed transmission comes from the Scorpio. There's an all-new rear axle. Overall, the driveline is integrated magnificently well. I must say one thing, that for a front engine rear wheel drive setup, this has got to be at the pinnacle of it all. So what you have got is not just seamless torque throughout the rev range, and in fact in India, when you care to think about it, the ability to lug long in top gear, this car does it very, very effortlessly and very, very easily. NVH is a big issue whenever we talk about car with a 3-cylinder engine. That has been banished in this TUV 300. The engine is barely audible in the cabin, and by and large, these small details add up to a big, big advantage which the TUV 300 will delight any and everyone who drives it. And while we are talking about delight, I spoke about dynamic ability. Dynamic ability is both handling, steering, braking, and ride quality. Handling is just par for the course. Given the tires she sports right now, I think that we could have got even better on the rubber as well as on the size. I think a 16-inch one with the same aspect ratio would have been wonderful, but I think this has been done on areas of saving cost. Let's talk about ride quality, because that has got to be one of the biggest attributes of this car. And in India, ride quality matters a tad more than just sharp handling. And this car has got it in itself. It soaks up the bumps very well without being wishy-washy or being wallowy at all. The ride engineers have done the damping and the spring rate spot on. The suspension aggregates are contemporary, par for the course. Twin wishbone coil spring suspension and stabilizer bar at the front, and a coil spring set up at the rear with a multi-link layout. And I think they have done an admirable job. I think Mahindra's used American specialists came in to tune the suspension and the ride and the handling qualities, because the Americans still use vehicles with body on ladder chassis, and that is exactly what this car sports in its basic configuration, and they have done an admirable job. The interior of the TUV 300 is all about being pleasing, easy, convenient, comfortable and contemporary. I think a lot of multinational car makers have to see and feel and look at the tremendous strides the Mahindra packaging engineers have done in the turnout of the interior of this car. I think this is a car where the more you drive it, the more you'll fall in love. The drivetrain of the TUV 300 is all about a highly refined 1.5-litre 3-cylinder engine, which, with its friction-busting elements all across the reciprocating masses, has done wonders. The dual-mass flywheel further cuts down on the NVH and enhances the refinement. And that twin-stage turbocharging helps give a seamless lag-free drive and pull from the lowest revs to the top of the range. It's a delight to drive this car through all the 5 cogs in the gearbox. This is a completely new and very welcome animal to the automotive zoo in our land. And on the face of it, it could be a boxy shaped vehicle, but there's a very pleasing box with really striking lines. And like I started at the beginning of the show, it is a visually solid car. And having spent a couple of hours driving it on the Mahindra test track here at Chakan, you can understand that that solid feeling pervades in the dynamics, in the ability when you open and shut the doors. There is a lot of refinement for an all-Indian product, which stands out very well. If I have to have any gripes about this car at this juncture, I can say that yes, maybe the positioning of the window winder switches, driver operated stuff, is in the central console rather than on the door pads. They have done it in terms of cost. Also on the terms of cost, where I can have a gripe, even though it's not so evident, I would have gone 1 inch higher on the tires, on the wheel size. But that's nitpicking at its best. Overall, this is a car which many would have loved to make, but it fell to Mahindra to really come up and take it. This is a short assessment of what we feel the TUV 300 is capable of. As far as price points are concerned, expected around about 6.3 onwards. With a lot of stuff in the car, ABS, EBD, twin airbags, they have not skimped on anything. And I think that is a standout feature, because finally we are looking at Indian cars which have also been undergoing crash tests. So what if they have got ladder on body configuration? So there is quite a lot happening. There is a pace of progression. How well this performs in the real world, let's wait for a Zignition road test. But till that time, do check out this car once it hits showrooms in this week. It is one hell of a tough cookie.